Hello friends, Miss Brown here. My friends, hello, it's Miss Brown here. Hello friends, and Miss Brown here. You are in for a treat. I'm so excited. It looks like we are ready to go. Me, the itsy bitsy spider. Oh, hi friends, I didn't see you there. Hello, Miss Brown here. Does that mean that it's time for us to start reading together? Oh, I'm so excited. Well, good thing I already had a book planned out because clearly I wasn't ready. Give it a moment. What do you think that is? I love hearing sounds in the city. Did you guess? What do you think it is? It's a motorcycle, and we still have the beautiful chimes from my neighbors next door. I love having my windows open so you can hear the sounds of New York. Okay, my friends, before I introduce my book to you, you must turn on those listening ears. Let me see. Turn them on quick. Who's doing it the quickest? And it looks like everyone did it. Nice job, friends. So the name of the book that we're reading today is called Previously, and it's by Allan, Ahlberg, and Bruce Ingram. Okay, previously. Now, previously means before that. So in this book means before that. So anytime you hear the word previously, you're going to take your hand and scoot it over and before that, okay? So that way you remember, okay, so that we're going in time. We're going backwards in time, okay? So this book, you're going to really have to pay attention. Good thing you have your listening ears on. So it starts here with these bears and this child and these two adults. Previously. This is gonna be good. I'm excited. Goldilocks arrived home all bothered and hot. Previously, so what was she doing before that? Previously, she had been running like mad in the dark woods. I wonder why she was running. Previously, she had been climbing out of somebody else's window. Oh my goodness. So before she was running to her house, she was running out of somebody else's house. Let's see what happened. Previously, she had been sleeping in somebody else's bed, eating somebody else's porridge, and breaking somebody else's chair. Oh my goodness, the nerve of that Goldilocks. There she is, exiting out the window. Ooh. Previously, she had been humming a tune and having a little skip by herself in the dark woods. Previously, she had bumped into a hurtling, an older boy named, I wonder who she ran into before she ended up in this house where she was eating somebody else's food and laying in somebody's. She ran into Jack. Jack was running like mad in the dark woods with a hen under his arm. Now, why was he running? Previously, he had stolen the hen and climbed down a beanstalk. Previously, he had crept out of an enormous house through an enormous cat door. Previously, he had been hiding in an enormous shoe. Previously, he had climbed up the beanstalk. Oh my goodness. There he is. Previously, he had swapped his cow for some magic beans. So there he is, swapping his cow for some magic beans. Previously, his unhappy, not to say desperate, mother had sent him to the market to sell the cow because they were poor. So this all happened before he climbed up that beanstalk and ended up having to hide and then running down the beanstalk. Previously, so before that, he had been playing soccer with his little pals. Previously, he had come tumbling down the hill with his argumentative little sister. There he is, rolling down the hill. Jill. Oh, that's his little sister's name, Jill. Jill and Jack had been climbing the hill with a bucket. Previously, they had been arguing over who could carry the bucket, who had carried the bucket last time. And anyway, where was the bucket? Previously, so there we go. Previously, while eating their breakfast and arguing over the free gift in the cornflakes box, I love the free gift in the cereal boxes. They had been said hello to through the open kitchen window by a small green, I wonder who Jack and Jill saw before they were even running up the hill and all that good stuff. Frog! The frog was sitting on the windowsill with a sorrowful look in his eye and a crown on his head. Oh, there he is. Previously, he had been, what do you think that this frog had been before it got to Jack and Jill? Let's see. Can you make a guess? Make a prediction? Previously, he had been a prince. The prince was a sorrowful young man. Previously, a wicked fairy had put a spell on him. Previously, he had been a cheerful young man, eating his dinner from golden plates and traveling his kingdom in a milk-white Mercedes. Ooh, look at him in that Mercedes, in that car. Wow. So before he was sorrowful, before he was just a sad young man, he used to be happy, but somebody cast a spell on him. Previously, he had fallen in love with a disappearing girl named, who was the disappearing girl? A disappearing girl named, you got it, Cinderella. She's that disappearing girl. Cinderella was running like mad away from the ball. Previously, she had been dancing her socks off with the prince. Previously, a good fairy had put a spell on her. Previously, she had been dragged in rags and slaving away for the ugly sisters. There they are, her stepsisters. What was Cinderella doing before that? Let's see. Previously, on her afternoon off and out for a stroll in the dark woods, she had been bumped into by, I wonder who Cinderella is bumping into, the gingerbread boy. There he is. The gingerbread boy was being chased by a little old man, a little old woman, a cow, a different cow, a horse, a butcher, a baker, a school full of children, and a quick brown fox. Oh my goodness, look at everybody chasing the gingerbread boy. What was he doing before that? Let's see. Previously, he had been baked in the oven. Oh my goodness. So before that, he was being baked. Previously, he had been a bag of flour, because he's a cookie. So before that, he was a bag of flour. On a shelf in a shop, a field of golden wheat, a sack full of seeds. There he was before, right? Previously, the farmer, Goldilocks' uncle, had plowed the ground and planted the seeds, reaped and sowed and reaped. There he is. Let's see, where's the story gonna go next? Oh my goodness. And previously, Goldilocks herself and Jack and Jill and all the others, even the little old man and the old woman, had all been tiny babies previously. Oh my goodness, look at everyone when they were a baby. Every single one. The old man, the old lady, Jack and Jill, Goldilocks were all babies at some point. Cinderella, the prince, and all the bears were cubs, and all the frogs were tadpoles, and all the buckets and chairs and ballroom floors were planks of wood. and all the wood was trees in the dark woods. Wow, we're really going to the very beginning. Before there were trees, not before they were trees, before there were chairs and tables and all of those other things, there were trees. Trees made all of those things. Okay, let's see. In the sun and the wind and the rain, under the endless sky, once upon a time. Look how beautiful. Previously. The end. And so I really hope that you were paying attention and you were able to follow this along. I know this one was a little complex, but I really enjoyed it. So what happens in the beginning of the book? Right. So in the beginning of this book, we're introduced to Goldilocks, who had just come back from the Three Bears house, where she was eating their food and sleeping in their bed and all that good stuff, right? And so we go through all of these different characters that somehow bump into each other until we get to the end of the book, where none of those characters even exist, to where we just get the earth how it was, with just the sun and the rain and the moon, the rainbow, the trees, all those things before those characters are even introduced. So if we tell this book in a proper order, where it's a little bit less confusing. So in the beginning, there's all the different elements, right? No characters yet. And then the bears come along, and then frogs are no longer tadpoles, and then all the babies are born, right? So those are all the different characters. And then Goldilocks' uncle decides that he would start plowing and planting, and so he creates some wheat, and that wheat turns into flour, and that flour turns into what? The gingerbread man, yeah, the gingerbread boy, excuse me. And then the gingerbread boy gets baked, and then he's chased after all these other characters, and then the gingerbread boy is going to run into Cinderella, and Cinderella is going to go to this ball. We introduced to her with her ugly sisters and all that good stuff, and Cinderella was running away from the prince who was driving around in his beautiful white car, and the prince was eventually turned into a frog. And so then the frog runs into, who was that? Remember, it was Jack and Jill. Jack and Jill were arguing about, you know, the prize that they got in their cornflakes, and then they were trying to figure out who was going to carry the bucket, right? And then before that, Jack was playing soccer with his friends, and then his mom gave him the cow to swap for some money because of the fact that they were poor. But then Jack decides to use some magic beans to grow the beanstalk, in which he ends up here with the giant, and then he's hiding and all that good stuff, and then he runs down the beanstalk with a hen, and then he runs into Goldilocks, and Goldilocks was skipping in the forest, and then she goes into the Three Bears house, eats up their food, lies in the bed, then darts out of the house, and then she ends up at her own house. And so that's the order of the book. I really hope that you enjoyed it. I hope that it challenged you to really think about what was happening in the story. And I look forward to reading to you again real soon. Miss Brown, over and out, and have the best day ever. Goodbye.